All right, let's jump right in. If you're someone who thinks the best years for building good health are behind you, well, I want you to think again. Today, we are laying out your golden roadmap to vibrant aging. And you know what? All the research shows that your 60s and 70s are actually the perfect time to lock in the habits that will keep you independent, sharp, and just thriving for decades to come. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, but I haven't been active in years. Well, take a look at this quote from Dr. Abby King at Stanford Medicine. She's a top researcher in this field, and she says it plain and simple. It's never too late to start. Study after study shows that even folks who were really inactive can gain huge benefits in fitness and well-being. So it doesn't matter one bit where you're starting from today, this roadmap is for you. So let's get into our first pillar, movement for independence. Now, this is not about running marathons or becoming a bodybuilder. Nope. This is about building that practical, everyday strength that you need to live life completely on your own terms. You know, what I love about this is how it totally reframes our goals. As we get older, the why behind our exercise, well, it changes, doesn't it? It becomes all about daily function. Think about it. Can you get up from a deep chair without using your hands? Can you carry in all the groceries in one trip? Can you react in a split second if you trip over something? That right there, that's functional fitness, and it is the absolute key to maintaining your independence. So what's the target? What are we aiming for? Well, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity every single week. That sounds like a lot, but it's just things like a brisk walk, a bike ride, maybe some swimming, basically anything that gets your heart pumping a little faster on a consistent basis. And look, if counting up minutes just feels like a chore, try thinking in steps instead. Research is really clear on this. You do not need to hit that famous 10,000-step goal to see massive benefits. Just aiming for at least 7,000 steps a day has a huge positive impact on your health. And the best part? You don't have to do it all at once. You can break it up into shorter little walks all throughout your day. Okay, so cardio is one piece of the puzzle, but muscle strengthening? Oh, that is absolutely crucial. Just a few days of being inactive can lead to muscle weakness. But here's the great news. You do not need a gym. At least twice a week, you can do simple, powerful exercises right at home. Things like chair squats, push-ups against a wall, or using those simple resistance bands are fantastic. I love this tip from geriatrician Dr. Sylvia T. She recommends just doing sit-to-stands. You just get up and down from a sturdy chair 10 to 15 times. Simple, right? Now let's talk about something really, really important, balance. It's one of those things we totally take for granted until, we start to feel a little unsteady. Your 60s and 70s are the perfect time to get proactive about it. Falls are a huge threat to independence, but here's the thing, they are so often preventable. And this is where it gets really fascinating. How's your balance? Well, one incredible study found that just being able to stand on one leg for 10 seconds is linked to a lower mortality rate. 10 seconds. Go on, give it a try. And here's a brilliant little trick from Stanford's Dr. Fredrickson. Pair it with a habit you already have, like brushing your teeth. Just stand on one leg while you brush. It's such a simple way to build that strength into your daily routine. Okay, we've talked about moving our bodies, so now let's talk about what we put in them. Welcome to Pillar 2, fueling your future. What you eat becomes even more of a game changer as you age, and not just for your weight, but for keeping your strength and your energy levels up. When it comes to healthy aging, pretty much all roads lead to the Mediterranean diet. It's always ranked #1 for overall health. So what's the big deal? What's its secret sauce? Well, it's an anti-inflammatory way of eating. And we now know that chronic inflammation is tied to so many major diseases, from heart disease all the way to Alzheimer's. And this breaks it down so simply. A great rule of thumb? Just fill half your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables. Easy. Then make sure you're getting lean protein at each meal. As we get older, our bodies actually need more protein to hold on to muscle. We're talking about 68 to 88 grams a day for someone who's around 150 pounds. Now, that might sound like a lot, but think of it this way. That's like a chicken breast, a cup of Greek yogurt, and a can of tuna spread out across your day. And on the flip side, we want to dial way back on the ultra-processed stuff. The packaged snacks, sugary drinks, and fast food. Okay, on to pillar number 3. And this one is so important, a sharp mind and a connected heart. This is all about protecting our brain health and our emotional well-being. Because as you're about to see, you really can't have one without the other. They're deeply connected. When you think brain health, your mind probably jumps straight to crossword puzzles, right? And hey, they're great. But experts say we need to think bigger. Learning a brand new skill like an instrument or another language literally builds new pathways in your brain. But the most protective habit of all might actually surprise you. It's social connection. Staying engaged with friends, joining a community group, volunteering, it is incredibly powerful for both your brain and your soul. And of course, none of that brain work matters if you're not getting good sleep. Yup, even as we get older, we still need that solid 7 to 9 hours a night. The National Institute on Aging gives us some really clear steps here. Stick to a regular schedule, even on weekends. Make your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and here's the big one we all struggle with. Avoid those screens before bed. Seriously, that blue light really messes with your sleep. All right, let's bring it home with our final pillar, the one that ties it all together. Your proactive health plan. This is all about flipping the script from being reactive to being proactive. It's about taking charge of your medical care and your financial security to build a really solid safety net. This is where having a great relationship with your doctor is key, because preventative care gets way more personal as we age. Think of this as your conversation starter, a checklist you can bring right to your next appointment. You want to be getting that annual blood pressure check, regular screenings for cholesterol and diabetes, and for women over 65, a bone density scan is so important. And of course, colorectal cancer screening is recommended for most of us up to age 75. Now, a huge piece of our health plan is actually our financial health, right? And this timeline, oh man, this is huge. These are some seriously important dates, and missing them can have a big impact on your finances. Notice age 65 for Medicare. That one has really strict deadlines. And age 67 is the full retirement age for Social Security if you were born in 1960 or later. Knowing these milestones is just crucial for getting the benefits you deserve and avoiding any nasty penalties. And speaking of Medicare, listen up, because this one's a biggie. You have to sign up during your initial enrollment period, which is right around your 65th birthday. If you miss that window, you could be stuck paying late enrollment penalties for as long as you have your coverage. I mean, forever. So yeah, put a big red circle on that calendar. Here's another great habit to get into. Just once a year, hop online and check your Social Security statement. You just want to make sure your earnings record is accurate, because that's what your future benefits are going to be based on. It's your money after all. It's worth a couple of minutes to double check. And one last very serious point on this, we have to talk about security. Sadly, financial scams targeting older adults are a huge and growing problem. Please be vigilant. Look out for yourself and for the people you care about. If anything ever seems fishy, just call this number. It's the National Elder Fraud Hotline. That's 833-FRAUD-11. You know what? It's probably a good idea to just save that in your phone right now. Whew. Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground, right? We've gone through all 4 pillars: movement, food, brain health, and your money. So, what now? Where do you go from here? Let's talk about your very next step. So, when you boil it all down, what's the one big thing to remember? It's this. Building a vibrant, independent future is not about some huge, dramatic gesture. It's about the small, consistent choices you make every single day. The walk you decide to take, the vegetables you add to your plate, the friend you call just to say hi. They're like little building blocks, and they all add up to create this amazing, strong future. So what's step 1? It's simple. Call your doctor and schedule a checkup to create a plan that's perfect for you. And that's our roadmap. So I'm just going to leave you with one final question to chew on. After all of this, what is the one new habit you will start this week? Not 10 things, just one. Because as we've learned today, it is never, ever too late to start, and every single step counts.